So in this class today, we will discuss about the continuity equation. So the continuity equation means that is a relationship between time and distance that already we have discussed in the semiconductor physics, that there is a generation of holes and electrons, and there will be a loss of charge also because of the recombination of holes and electrons. So due to the energy gained by the covalent bond, and covalent bond is broken, so there is a development of charge carriers. So some charge carriers will be produced and some charge carrier will be lost because of the recombination. So if you think about these charges which are being produced and some charges which are being lost with time, that is called a functional relationship in terms of the continuity equation. So same thing has been written here, that is, in general, carrier concentration in the body of a semiconductor is a function of both time and distance. So differential equation governing this functional relationship is called the continuity equation. It means we have to derive a relationship of charges developed within a volume of a material and charges lost within a volume of material with respect to time. So that relation which will be developed, this will be called the differential equation, and which will govern the functional relationship between time and distance, that will be called the continuity equation. So here there is a figure which has been drawn here, that is the concentration of charge, that is holes per meter cube, is P in this volume of material. A is the small a is the area of cross section of this material, and let us say x is reference at this point. So thickness of this cell is dx. So we have written here x plus dx, that if this point is at x reference and this cell is having a thickness of dx, so this point will become x plus dx. And if IS is the whole current which is entering in this cubic volume, and IH plus DIH is the value of whole current which is leaving this volume of a cell, this has been given a notation in this figure because all terms I have to use for deriving the relationship for the continuity equation. So these things I have explained to you, that P is the density of holes within this volume of cell, A is the area of cross section, I is the whole current which is entering in the cell, IS plus DIS is the current which is leaving the cell. Now here IS plus DIS written means this is not a total term. DIH may be the negative term also, because if charge is lost, so there will be a less current, less charge will be coming out from this cell. So if IH is entering, doesn't mean thus IS plus DIH is more than this IS term. DIH may be the negative term here. It means the whole charge or the whole current which is entering here at this side will be more than compared to the whole current which is leaving from right hand side, because of dis term may be the negative term. And x and x plus ds we have defined here, that is, if this volumetric cell having a small thickness with dx, so if this point is x, then this point will be x plus dx. So let us go to the next slide and derive the relation of continuity equation. Now consider an infinitesimal element of volume of area A and length dx as shown in figure. In the previous figure, that is, I am talking about the same figure which is written here, figure 4.16, within which average hole concentration is P. Already I have discussed that P is the hole concentration in this volumetric cell. Now let us define this. If tau h is the mean lifetime of holes, that is, holes which are lost within a time interval that is defined by tau h. That's why it is denoted here, or it is called here tau h. Tau h is the mean lifetime. Mean lifetime is how much life a charge have. So once charge is produced, and because of recombination of electron, charge will be lost. So the total time for which charge remains in same position, that is called the mean lifetime. So here we have denoted here tau h is the mean lifetime of holes. Then we can define P by tau h equals the holes per second lost by recombination per unit volume. Since we know that tau h is the mean lifetime, that is, by this time hole are being lost within this cubic cell, and P is the concentration of the holes within the volumetric cell. So we can define that P by tau h will be equals to the holes per second lost by recombination per unit volume. I think this point must have clear to all of you. Now we'll define, if E is the electronic charge, then because of the recombination, the number of coulombs per second decreases within the volume, that can be written as this. Here we are talking about that the number of charge, that is the holes which are being lost per second within this volume. So already we have defined that the rate at which holes are being lost, that we have defined by P by tau h. So these holes lost per second per unit volume. It means if you want to find out the total decrease within the volume, that is, the total hole charge decreases within the volume, it means we have to calculate the total volume of the cell and what is the charge associated by cell. Then we will multiply that quantity with the P by tau h, because the P by tau h is nothing but the rate at which holes are being lost, that we have defined. So we can write here the decrease within the volume, that is the total charge. Which charge? That is the whole charge. Decrease within the volume can be written as A is the area, ds the thickness. So A dx will be the volume, and this volume contains a charge E. So total charge contained within this volume will be EA dx, and within this volume, if we multiply this factor by P by tau h, so we'll be able to find the total decrease of charge within the volume will be EA dx P by tau h, because already we have defined here, that is P by tau h equals the holes per second lost by recombination per unit volume. We are talking about the per unit volume. So what is total volume? Total volume is A dx. And what is total charge in this volume? That will be EA dx. So if you multiply EA dx by P by tau s, this will become the decrease of the charge within the volume. I think this point must have cleared to all of you. Now let us go ahead. If G is the thermal rate of generation of electron hole pairs per unit volume, as we have calculated the decrease of charge within the volume, same way we will calculate the increase of or the rate of generation of charge within the volume, which we have considered here. So if we let us define or denote, if G is the thermal rate of generation of electron hole pairs per unit volume, then the number of coulombs per second increases within the volume. Now we are calculating the total charge increases per second within this volume. So we have defined G is the rate of generation of charge. So similarly, as we have done in the previous step, here if you multiply this rate of generation of G with the total volume of the cell and charge associated by the cell. So similar to the previous step, we can write here the increase within the volume can be written as A ds the volume, and we multiply by E, this will become the total charge within the volume, and if we multiply by G, because G is the thermal rate of generation of electron hole pair, so we will be able to find out the increase of charge within the volume, that can be written as EA dx and G. So up to now I think it is clear to all of you. Now we have to see the whole current flowing through this volumetric cell. Now in general the current varies with the distance. Everybody knows that once current is flowing in a conductor, so because of the resistance always oppose the flow of current. It means if we go for a large length of the conductor, slowly current will be decreasing. So similarly the holes will be also decreasing. So we have to calculate that within the volumetric cell, what is the whole current which is entering and what is the whole current charge which is the leaving the cell. Then what will be the net increase or decrease of the whole current. To find out this, let us consider that current varies within the distance in the semiconductor. If current entering the volume at X is IH, already we have defined that, and leaving at X plus dx is IH plus dIH. Already we have defined here that current IH is entering at X, and at X plus dx current is leaving, that we have denoted by IH plus dIH. Same thing is discussed here. So the number of coulombs per second decreases within the volume. Here we are talking about that charge is decreasing, not increasing. It means if we want the net charge decrease between IH and IH plus DIH, that can be written as DIH. So we can define that total decrease of charge within the volume is DIH. So now we have calculated three terms here, that is decrease of holes within the volumetric cell and increase of charge within the volumetric cell, and in terms of the whole current, the net decrease within the volume in terms of the whole current, that is DIH. So three terms we have defined up to now. Now we'll go ahead. Because of the three effects enumerated above, these three effects which I have discussed, the whole concentration must change with time, because something is decreasing, here something is increasing, and again here something is decreasing. So there will be a net effect within the volumetric cell, or we can say there will be a change of whole concentration within the volumetric chain with respect to time. So the total number of coulombs per second increases within the volume. Here we are talking about that if the rate of generation is more than the rate of loss, and if P is the charges which are being generated, so rate of generation we can define with dP by dt, because if rate of generation is P, so with respect to time, rate of generation or rate of increase of charge we can define with dP by dt. This is the rate of increase of charge per second per unit volume. Now if you want to calculate the total increase of charge within the volume, so we have to write the volume, that is AdX, and multiply by E, that is charge, so it will become a charge within the volume. And if we multiply by dP by dt, so this whole factor will become the increase of charge within the volume, or rate of generation of charge within the volume. So I think up to this point it is clear to all of you. Now since the charge must be conserved, that is at balance condition, net rise of charge within the volume must be equals to the, what are the factor we have calculated, that is the three factor which we have calculated, that is the whole lost and charge generated and whole current lost. So what we'll do here, we'll see this is the net increase of the charge within the volume. This must be equals to the all three terms which we have calculated here. So what we will do, we will equate this term to all these terms depending upon the increase or decrease of the term. That is, this term is decreasing, so this will have a minus, and this term is increasing, so this will have a positive sign, and this term is decreasing, so again this will have a negative sign. So this will have negative sign, this will have positive sign, this will have negative sign. These terms will be in right hand side, and these three terms will be equal to the EA dx dP by dt. The same thing is written here, that is EA dx dP by dt that is equals to minus EA dx P by tau H plus EA dx G, that is the increase of charge, minus DIS, that is the whole current lost. So this is the condition during the equilibrium condition. Now the whole current IH is the sum of the drift current and diffusion current. Now we have to go back into the previous class which I have discussed, that we have calculated the whole current and electron current in terms of the drift current and diffusion current. So we will take here, since we are talking about the whole current, so we will take only the whole current term here in terms of the drift current and diffusion current. So this is the drift current part and this is the diffusion current part. If you compare to the previous lecture, so that was the current density. We have calculated the total current density in terms of the drift current and diffusion current, or drift density or the diffusion density. So here we have multiplied area A to both the terms to find out the whole current IS, which we have discussed in the previous class. So now we know here the whole current IH is given by this term. Now if the we have to find out the equilibrium condition, that is a condition will become when no field is applied. So what will happen? The whole density will attain a constant value P naught. So was there not be any generation of force or loss of force? It means the whole density will become constant, and that we define by P naught. So under these conditions, what will happen? This IH will be 0, because there will not be any whole flow current, because everything is now constant. There is no generation of further holes and there is no loss of further holes. So whatever the current was to be flowing, that is already been flowing, and now the whole current has become constant. So in that condition, if we consider the whole density by P naught, so under this condition, whole current will be 0 and rate of generation of holes will be also equal to 0, because if P has become constant, so differentiation of P, that is dP by dt, will be equals to 0. So if, and in that condition, what will be the G? G is the rate of generation, that will become P naught by tau H, that is P we have replaced by P naught, and tau H is the, that is the mean lifetime of holes. So if now we replace all these terms, that is IH in this expression, G value of G in this expression, and dP by dt equals to 0 in this expression, so we can manipulate this equation. There will be some terms which will be cancelled out, and final equation we will be able to find, that is dP by dt is equals to minus P naught by tau H plus dH, that is the diffusion constant for holes, d2 P by dx2 minus mu h dPe by dx. So this is the final expression of the continuity equation which we have to derive, and already we have done this. So I think this is little bit more mathematical, but we have tried to clear every step to you line by line. So I think you must be able to understand everything. So this is what about the continuity equation which I have discussed in this class.